Evet, yepyeni bir L.A Noire bölümünden herkese merhabalar. En son
B-Cop says he located a green Kaiser Fraser from the hot sheet. Address is 6 West 2nd Street. Get over there, see what you can find out. Go on. Sorry to inconvenience you.
tamam. En son bir vurkaç davası vardı. İşte onu halletmiştik. Videoya baktım, hatta editledim videoyu. Son kısmında mikrofonu yanlışlıkla kapatmışım. Son kısmında ne dediğim duyulmuyor. Zaten çok önemli bir şey dememiştim. Hani herkese başka videolarda daha görüşmek üzere demiştim. O kadar yani. Şimdi gidelim şu şeyimize. Dur, Bekoski sürsün ya.
You know the way. You can drive.
Sen sürebilirsin, geç.
They're calling her the Dahlia now. Wonder what Veronica Lake makes of that one.
De bundan önceki vurkaçtaki adamı da öldürdüm. Normalde tutuklasak daha iyi olurdu ama ateş açtı sonuçta.
Brown and Green are sweating this Manley character. I heard it'll be in front of a grand jury by next week.
Poor thing. Terrible enough being murdered like that without having her death strewn all over the front pages.
Altı basa ikinci zette. Biz şimdi ne yapacağız?
That's the car, Cole. Just pulling out of the drive. Get him. Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Fraser from 6 West 2nd Street.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
All right. Maybe that was a couple miles over the speed limit.
İn arabadan.
Out of the car now.
I'll call it in.
Why did you run from us?
I saw a big car in my rearview mirror with two tough guys bearing down on me. What would you do?
What's your name?
Cliff Harrison.
You're under arrest.
For what? What are you talking about?
Ne demek, geçe kaçtı.
I'm talking about the car being stolen.
You're out of your mind.
Araba çalıntıymış. Ben ilk sahnede dinlemedim
it.
hiç. Neymiş? Convex Automotive Company vesaire. Tamam. Al bakalım evlat.
You purchased this car from Coombs Automotive Company?
Yeah, that's right.
And the ownership papers?
From the same place.
If this is a forgery, it's top notch. This will need to be traced.
Haydi. Ahtaysa harbiden bir organize suç.
You have a criminal record, Mr. Harrison?
No, nothing like that.
Seni gidi.
We're gonna make this hard on you.
I didn't steal the car. I ran because I've got some wacky backy in the glove compartment.
How much, Cliff?
1 reefer.
We'll let it slide. You're in enough trouble.
Who
did you deal with at Coombs Automotive?
The owner, Richard Coombs.
Tamam.
And he made out the bill of sale personally?
Of course he did. He kept a facsimile for his records. Check with him.
Tamam, seni tutuyoruz şimdilik. Gözaltına alıyoruz.
Until we do, you're going downtown.
You gotta be kidding me! I'm getting arrested for buying a goddamn car?
If everything is legit, Harrison, you'll be out soon. Until then, if I were you, I'd keep my mouth shut.
Bence de.
Bag his possessions as evidence and have him arraigned for grand theft auto.
Right, detective.
Do you know who my father is?
Lan
We
oğlum.
need to get to Coombs Auto and check out Harrison's story.
Neyse. Bekoski, sen sürsene
You can
ya.
drive.
Sen iyi sürüyorsun. Kovalamalar bizde, sürüş sende.
You know what? I think he's telling the truth.
Some of the most convincing people you will ever listen to are born liars. Usually they're called
Bence öyle değil de.
politicians.
Güzel espri. Combos Otomotiv ŞTİ.
Not another step. I have got a Buick Century sedan that would be absolutely perfect for you.
Detective Phelps,
Yeah.
LAPD, are you the owner?
That's right. Richard Coombs at your service. You looking to trade in a black and white, boys?
Mr. Coombs, we're investigating an auto theft. A man by the name of Cliff Harrison claims he bought the car here.
Well, some people would say that my
Neden onun
cars are a
çalıntı olduğunu
steal.
söylerler.
That's a joke, son.
Bence komik değil.
Very amusing, Mr. Coombs.
I remember Harrison. It was a green two-tone Kaiser Frazer, if I remember rightly.
Do you have the bill of sale?
It's in my office. Walk this way.
Dayı ne yapıyorsun dayı?
That's a joke too, son.
Phelps, you mind if I shoot this guy? He's getting on my nerves.
Vur lan. Vur lan Bekowski. Evet üstad alabilir miyim?
Here it
fişleri?
is. Got the original pink slip there too.
Gene Archer, 146 North Fremont Avenue.
Yine Archer'ın adresini araştır. Matbaa şirketinin adresini bul. Tamamdır.
Harrison's purchase receipt was legit at least.
Evet. 2450 dolar. İyi para.
We have a couple of questions.
All right, fellas. Shoot.
Can you
Alışveriş
tell us how
detaylı.
you came to buy the car?
Girl just wandered in right off the street.
Abi
You need to give us something, Coombs, if you don't want to be implicated in this.
Yap, yap, yap. Son, your problem is that your gums keep flapping, but you do no listening.
doğru mu diyecektik? Tüh. Yanlış oldu.
Can you describe this Gene Archer?
Brunette, maybe 25, 26. Little on the plump side, but not bone ugly.
What was your impression of her?
Kind of harried and harassed. In a hurry to go somewhere, but no place to go. You get to know the type.
Do you know anything about the company that prints these pinks?
Pardon, durdurdum videoyu bir iki dakika.
It isn't exactly my business.
Ne dedi ya az önce dur. Topları yapan şirketten gelen bir şey mi? Hayır bilmeli miyim? Hiç işimle ilgili bunlar.
It says Marquee Printing. You've never heard of them?
Marquis. Sure. They do all the government red tape. You'll find the place down on Aliso Street near San Pedro.
Tamam, şüpheli
This was all
alışveriş.
above board.
Yes, of course it was.
Biraz
Did this look legitimate to you, Coombs?
I'm in used cars, son, not bearer bonds. In my
Yes.
business, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Now don't come on all high and mighty with me if you want my help.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Coombs. We need to continue the investigation.
Hope you sort out your problem with Mr. Harrison. Go easy on him, son. Boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball. He's built
Yolda
too
kadar
low.
kalın kafalı çok küçük
Fastballs
geçti
fly
ya.
over his head.
Let me shoot this guy, please.
You have a pleasant day, Mr. Coombs.
Keşke vursaydık ya. Çok dangalak bir herif.
Well,
Burada
Harrison
bir...
might be off the hook, but we
Aslında
can
hazır
still run an
geçenki
ATV on
bölümdeki gibi
Gene
galeriye
Archer. Get on
gelmişken
the horn and call it in.
bir araba mı alsak şuradan?
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Requesting an APB on Gene Archer, age approximately 25, on suspicion of Grand Theft Auto.
I'll relay the information.
Messages, please.
A James Velasco is being held at Central Station on
GTA
suspicion of
şüphelisi olarak
GTA.
merkez istasyonunda
Possible link to the
bulunuyoruz.
Harrison case. They're waiting on you to conduct the interview.
Thanks.
James Balas. Öncelikle biz bir ne varmış? Mekanlara bakalım bir. 146. Önce bir buraya gidelim. Oradan karakola gidelim.
You drive.
Sen sür sen.
I need to go over the case notes.
Here's a chicken and egg question for you. Do you think you have to be an asshole to sell cars? Or that selling cars turns you into an asshole?
You've got it in for everyone today, haven't you?
I've always got it in
Yani.
for car sales. Doesn't matter what day it is. And why do they always think they're comedians when they're about as funny as a heart attack?
Maybe the more annoying they are, the quicker you sign on the dotted line, just to get the hell out of there.
146 Kuzey Frame'in Bulvarı 340. Sahte adres mi?
Empty. Should have known that Archer broad would have given us a false address.
We should go to the station, see what this black...
You're behind the wheel. And where exactly are we going?
Polis istasyonuna gidelim. Oradan matbaacılığa gidelim. Allah'ım bir şekli bak, niye dolanıp bilmiyorsun oradan arkadaşım ya. 318 Central Jail.
Detectives, Velasco is prepped and ready in 2. Another stolen car with legit papers.
Thanks.
I just wish he'd hurry up and propose already.
Dur bakalım burada mı?
Well,
Room
this
2.
guy was a total waste of makeup.
Crummy bastard.
Oğlum
James Velasco?
I want a lawyer. It's my car and I
benim
got the
adamım
proof
böyle
right here.
olarak
Take a look for
kanıtım
yourself.
yanında. Abi herkes de
The
aynı
paper is
ya.
real enough, Velasco, but the car isn't yours. This pink slip is a forgery.
Bu sahte.
Where were you taking the car, James?
Blow it off, greenhorn. You'll get nothing from me.
Oğlum
You're a two-time loser. If you don't give me something, I'm gonna ask the DA for the maximum. You're looking at 10 years, Velasco. Kiss your youth goodbye.
I want a deal.
Keep talking and we'll see what sort of deal
Bence
you're
de.
worth.
My job is to drive the cars out of state. Nevada, Arizona, sometimes New Mexico. With the paperwork they provide, it's normally a breeze.
Archer ile ilişkisi.
Does the name Jean Archer mean anything to you?
Nope. Never heard of her.
Biraz şüpheli geldi ama.
You want my partner here to convince you that you do know her?
I'm giving you the straight dope. I don't know no Gene Archer.
What happens to the cars once they cross over the state lines?
I don't know. I just deliver them.
Aha.
Give me something, Velasco, or I'll take you back to the cells and tell the whole station you're a child molester. How long do you think you'll last?
Bence de ne kadar
Okay,
yaşarsın?
okay. I hear you. The cars get sold in Chicago or back east. Sometimes I bring back cars
Bazen
coming the
oraları
other way.
ertesi gün getiririm.
Where do you pick up the cars, Velasco?
Warehouses. Mainly in East downtown.
Doğru mu?
Come on, Velasco. You must have an
Aa,
address.
şüpheli ya.
That's not the way they work. They keep moving around, never the same address twice.
Tüh.
You had a chance to cooperate, Velasco. See you in 10 years when you get out.
Tüh ya, yanlış yaptık.
You're Phelps, right?
Yes, I am. Look, can we do this later? I'm in the middle of it.
Ray Pinker. I'm with Technical Services. The pink slips are all real.
Nasıl?
Yes, we know that.
There's only one company that prints them in California, the Marquee Printing Company. They've confirmed that the numbers are legitimate.
You've checked them out?
Sure. They're on Aliso Street, near the corner of San Pedro. The guy I spoke to was Lightval. Gordon Lightval. Here, I wrote it down.
Thanks, Ray.
Eyvallah, sağ ol.
It's a great lead. We'll get down there as soon as we can.
Phelps, your GTA suspect, Gene Archer, spotted by a patrolman. Western Union office, 253 South Hill.
less than a minute away down the street if you run. Go!
Oğlum
She won't
ne
hang
kadar çok
around.
şey vardı. Dur Bekowski.
You know the way. You can drive.
Dur bakalım Bekowski. Abi yanlış yaptık orada ya. Orada demeyecektik, şüpheli diyecektik. Ama gözlerini çok kaçırmadı. Hani böyle diğerlerine baktığında gözleri falan böyle oynatıyor, kaçırıyor da bundayken pek şey yapamadı. Tutuklusun.
LAPD. We'll take it from here.
God damn it. Everyone's against me. Look, just let me get my money and get out of here, okay? You look sweet. How about giving a girl a break? I could be very nice.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Miss Archer. Stefan, call for black and white.
Just my luck to get the only hair sure cop in the LAPD.
The car you sold to Coombs was stolen, Miss Archer. There won't be any money.
I handed over all the right paperwork when I sold it, Buster.
Dümbük mü? Kimlik, fiş, sahiplik belgeleri, satış sözleşmesi, sahte adres. Böyle gözlemlemek için bakalım. Araç statüsü. Yüksek ihtimal yalan diyeceğiz. Onu seçeceğiz herhalde.
You're lying, Gene.
You want to prove that, Buster? Try and prove that pink slip is not real.
Şu mu?
Look, this is all
Abi
just a big
yanlış mı?
mistake. I don't want to talk anymore. Just let me go.
How long have you and Belasco been delivering cars?
Who is James Belasco?
He's your boyfriend. He's the guy
Abi
you
ne
boost
yaptım ben
cars with.
ya?
He
Batırdım.
gave you up. He thinks you're so dumb you'd
Batırdık
steal
bu
a
davayı
free
ya.
sample.
So I'm no genius. I make the best with what I've got. Why are you so cruel?
You decided to make this hard on yourself, Gene. Let's see how you handle the hard time.
Batırdık bu sefer.
Okay, keep moving, lover boy.
You drive. I need to go over the case
Matbaa
notes.
şirketi mi kaldı şimdi?
So, where you wanna
Matbaa
go?
şirketine gidelim hadi. Abi ya düzgün sorgulayamadık bu sefer.
Friendly girl.
Used to getting her own way.
Little did she know her feminine charms were useless against the impenetrable Cole Phelps.
She's not my type.
And what is your type, Phelps?
I'm married.
I know that.
Bunu biliyorum.
But you're not
Fakat
blind
içeride
or
öyle
dead
ya da
inside,
kör
are
değilsin
you?
öyle.
Wait, scrap that second half of the question.
I don't know. Blondes, I guess.
Hallelujah! The man is human after all. Now we're getting somewhere. Yep, I'm with you on the blondes. Brunettes are fine too. And there's nothing wrong with a good redhead. But I draw the line at gray. You know what? I might have to lift that embargo soon in the interest of maintaining a free market.
A man with high standards.
The standards are only as high as the last
Biz
glass
riskini
of
sonuna kadar. Bekowski ya. Şimdi Margio Matbaacılık Şirketi saat 4. İnşallah davayı düzgün bitiririz en azından da.
Goddamn villains are having a season from hell. And what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm a traffic
LAPD.
detective from Central Division. Who's in charge here?
I am, Gordon Lightfall. What's this about?
We understand that your company prints California vehicle titles.
Yes, I have the government contract to print pink slips. I've done for some years.
Have you had any goods or equipment stolen recently? We're running up against stolen cars with seemingly legitimate paperwork.
Not recently. Have you ruled out forgery? There's no shortage of talented artists in this town.
Bunu bildiğimiz iyi oldu.
We'll keep it in mind. What now?
We need to talk to the guy in charge.
We have some questions for you, Mr. Lightfall.
Hırsızlık çetesi hakkında
Mr.
bilgi.
Lightfall, we're currently working 2 auto theft cases. Do you know anything about a car theft ring?
Certainly not. Why would I get mixed up in a thing like that?
Yok böyle bir...
We have suspects with legitimate pink slips that were printed here, Lightfall. You better give me something before I bring the whole department down here.
Don't be hysterical, Detective. As a matter of fact, we had a similar problem a couple of years ago. A number of used car lots were selling blank documents to a criminal organization.
Do the names Cliff Harrison and James Belasco mean anything to you?
No, they do not.
You sure you don't know either of them?
Abi ben
Never heard of either gentleman.
batırdım bu sefer ya. Harbiden bu
Do you
dava.
have a delivery ledger, Mr. Lightfall? We would like to cross-check against the Coombs Automotive Emporium.
It's a little out of the ordinary, Detective. I'm not sure I can share those sorts of records.
Hand it over, Lightball. You don't want us having bad thoughts about you, do you?
Yani.
Very well, but this really is irregular. Over here.
Look for patterns, recurring names, unusual addresses, anything out of the ordinary.
Şimdi biz neye bakacağız?
We certainly encourage repeat business, Lightball. This Mr. Bigelow is a good customer. Sorry to bother you, sir. We'll let you know if there are any developments.
Rastgele salladık tuttu ya. Bekowski sür bakalım.
You can drive.
All right. Where to?
We should call for a couple of black and whites. We can flash her down here.
I thought you Marines were
Yani
gung-ho,
eskortlar
Cole.
olsun.
You have a 45. Don't you ever want to use it? I'll take the back. Just give me a few seconds to get around there.
Hadi. Vur kır parçala. Oo, arabalara bak.
Cole
Organize
Phelps,
suç.
LAPD. All of you are coming downtown with me.
Direkt öldürdük. Hiç silah bırak falan.
Throw out the gun.
Camlarımız falan sıkmıyor. Tamam.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Tek bir kişi mi kaldı?
Keep moving!
Stay down.
Kaldır elleri.
Let's clear the top floor. I don't want to get drilled in the back on the way out.
Hi, George again. I heard something.
Bakalım buraya. Bu temiz.
All right. Don't shoot. Keep your
Vurursak
hands
ne olur
up.
ki?
Watch him, Bukowski. He doesn't move until I've tossed this place.
Abo. Marker Printing
There are enough
Cooperative.
slips here to keep them stealing cars till Christmas.
Başka bulacağımız bir şey var mı? Bir de buraya bakalım. Oo, adam direkt
Marquee Printing
göndermiş.
Company. There's nothing like going direct to the source.
Ha.
Betting slip.
Looks like Mr. Lightfall has been on a losing streak.
Kaybetmiş. Ücret olarak bunlardan göndermiş.
Right to your door, Bigelow. You're in this up to your neck, but I don't think you're the man in charge. Make it easier on yourself. Give him up.
I do work on cars for customers. You charge in here shooting up the place like it's the Ballad of Bulge. I can't give you anything.
We know about marquee printing. You can make this easier on yourself by giving us your man on the inside.
I sometimes repair cars and put them back on the road. I need a pink slip to resell them. There's no problem there.
There are at least 4 dead men in this warehouse. A couple more. Punks won't make for that much extra paperwork.
Yani haklı.
You'd be doing the legal system a favor.
Okay, tough guy. I get the message. Lightfall, the guy who runs Marquee. He's the big shot. He likes to spend big at the track.
Vay hatırsızı.
He owes people.
Lightfall, the guy with no luck at the track. Tell me about him.
It's one of the guys lying over there. You're right. He has no luck.
Aha.
So if I go over there and check his jacket, your story's gonna ring true?
Yalan mı diyecektik?
I'm warning you, Bigelow.
Give it a try, Flatfoot. For some reason, none of my guys like to bring ID to work.
Whether you give up your bosses or not, Bigelow, you're going away for as long
Abi bu
as
bölüm biraz batırdık ya. Diğer bölüm biraz daha düzgün oynamamız gerekiyor.
I just watch you tear my place up.
Bu bölüm içine ettik ya. Gene en azından yakaladık milleti de.
You're behind the wheel.
Matbaaya mı gidiyoruz
Where are we
şimdi?
going?
Aman dikkat et araba çarpmasın.
What a mess.
Gonna take some cleaning up, that's for sure.
I wish it hadn't gone that way.
Well, they shouldn't bring guns to work with them. We didn't have a lot of choice.
You have to admire the barefaced cheek of someone who tries to blow your brains out one minute and pleads innocence the next.
Yeah, especially when he's surrounded by evidence. But guys like Bigelow spend so much time convincing themselves that they're not doing anything wrong that they actually start to believe their own bullshit.
They get sloppy. Bigelow, Lightfall, all of them. If they hadn't, who knows how long they could have kept this racket going.
Complacency or greed. It's always one of the two that brings them down.
Marquee Printing. Kooperatif. Hadi inelim.
You're under arrest.
You again? This harassment is starting to wear thin.
Sanayi Caddesi'ne
We
yapılan
found a box
teslimatlar.
of pink slips in a warehouse full of hot cars. You signed for them, Lightball.
I signed for all the orders and deliveries. You'll need something better than that, cowboy.
Tamam kanıtım var. Kumar fişi.
Save it, Lightball. We already have all we need to send you down.
I've had enough of this. You either produce some shred of proof, or I call my attorney.
Oğlum bir de Allah'ım yarabbim ya. Bahis fişi değil mi? Kumar borçları.
You're in the hole with the organization. We know about the debts, Lightball.
I agree I have a small problem. I'm prepared to help you in any way I can, Detective. I'll name names. I need you to keep this out of the paper.
You need to shut up now, Lightball.
Tutuklusun.
Gordon Lightball, I'm charging you with conspiracy and fraud. Hands behind your back.
The LAPD Central Traffic Division has today smashed a nationwide auto theft ring.
Araç hırsızlığı çetesini çökertti, yazmış vesaire vesaire.
Oh, here it is. Traffic squad detectives confronted a large group of armed thugs. After an exchange of gunfire, more than a dozen dead criminals were removed from the scene. The LAPD sustained no casualties.
İyi o zaman.
Damn fine work, Phelps. Now get out there and nail some more bad guys, will you? I want to finish reading this.
Ve The Printer Stills. Tamam, iyi. Evet, devam ediyoruz şimdilik. Gene iyi bitirmişiz ya.
My family runs a shipping business in San Francisco.
Yazıcı şeytanı mı?
We used to have 2
Şeytan
ships a week
yazıcı mı?
to Tokyo. We've been in shipping for 2 generations, Hank. I've never been on a voyage
Yolun
anywhere.
başına Amerika'nın
I feel like Odysseus in the beginning of his journey.
The Odyssey took 10 years, Cole.
This is the American century. America
Amerika bu savaşı
can rule the
kazandığında
world after
dünyayı
we win this
yönetebilir.
war.
We need to stay alive, Cole. These men are counting on us. Have you heard what the veterans are saying to each other?
No.
Golden Gate in 48.
1948'deki altın kapı.
That's 4 more
Savaşta
hard
geçecek 4
years of
zorlu yıl
fighting.
demek bu. Paul herhalde biraz daha bir şey peşinde ya. Şan şöhret peşinde biraz daha. Paul'un idolün düşüşü mü oluyor? Oy. Gene bir şey mi ya? Evet, pardon.
Rod says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Birisinin onu öldürmeye çalıştığını söyledi.
That's the bitch you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment,
Aşağı
fetched up
uçmuş.
underneath a Cola King billboard.
Cola
Up to
King.
it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
Goddamn captain's making me resubmit the paperwork.
See you later, fellas. Try not to work too hard.
Gerçekten gözlerim yaşardı.
I'm just trying to fit in.
Educated, hardworking.
Bu uyum sağlamaya çalışıyorum. Nerede söylüyordu bir oyunda daha söylüyordu ya. Onun gibi söyledi hatta. Yine hadi Bekowski gidelim. Bu sefer ben süreyim. Ya kardeşim görmüyor musun o kadar sinyal veriyoruz ya. Ne oluyor oğlum o ya? Araba titriyor. Evet.
Stop just ahead.
İleride kenara çek.
Her face looks familiar.
Well, that's June Ballard.
June
Tarzan's
Ballard.
sister, Beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the two of them still have juice.
Vay, demek Hollywood'dalar ha.
Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight.
What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off
Adamın
the side of
numarasına
the
geçer
escarpment.
ve dik bayıra gelmeden kendine
Stories
çeker.
that a movie
Hikayesine
producer
göre
doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passengers are Jessica Hamilton.
sadece bir çocuk.
She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. If you want to take a look around, you can stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
İyi rol kesiyor.
Hey, out of the way,
Ha.
bub.
Önce bir arabayı
If you're looking for
inceleyelim.
the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
Nereden inebiliriz? Aşağıya şuradan mı? Önce bir gidelim bizim şeyle görüşelim de adli tıp uzmanıyla. Dur lan dur uçma aman. Oradan şuradan mı gidiyoruz evet.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the
Bakalım
trunk.
üstünde.
That isn't even the best part.
Önce bir arabanın iç kısmına bakalım bence. Kafasını çarpmış.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
Burada baktık zaten. Bak. Yırtılmış.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get
Ya
back to the lab.
neyse. Bir şey demeyeceğim. Ne var burada? Lütfen. Evine geri dön. Baban senin için endişeleniyor falanlı filanlı. Seni seven annen kemine yamaltın. Başka da bir şey yok gibi. Araba burada zaten. Burada yapmam gereken bir şey var mı? Biz o zaman şimdi neye bakacağız?
Funny how that thing at the rail yard turned out, don't you think?
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a
Yürü
body
olmayan bir
piqued my
kafa.
interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica
Sanırım
of an
çözülmüş bir
Indian
Hintli
truck
kafası
head.
kopyası.
It's some kind of
Ha daha deminki
curio
sahnede
movie
arabanın
prop.
gasp pedaline
See the
koymuştu
cast
bunu.
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
How does someone manage to tip their ride straight off a cliff? If the driver's in a fit state, we should ask.
Yalnız iyi rol kesiyor derler de inşallah doğru şekilde bitiririz.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop.
Çok tatlısın. Magda'ya enteresan bakın
Maybe
şey.
a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of Beast
You?
of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
Uyuşturucu
We understand that
iddiası.
you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Abi şimdilik ifadeye baktığımızda önce diyor ki kazanın etkilerinden dolayı tamam bizi kaydeden falan uyuşturmuş gibi hissetmiş. Hatırlamıyorum diyor. Yani bu biraz kötü polislik yapmamız gerek herhalde burada.
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head
Eskiden o
about
yakışıklı
this.
yüzünle
My
ona
husband
çok
will
takılı
settle the
kocam var.
score with Mark Bishop.
Yaralı bayan
What can you tell
yolcu.
us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's
Mutsuz ve
desperate
filmlerde
to
rol
break
yapmaya
into
çalışıyor. Daha ne
movies.
söyleyebilirim ki?
What more can I say?
Yani doğru gibi. Ama şüphe ben burada sezgi puanını kullanacağım ya.
And she's your protege?
Aa,
You could say that.
yalanmış.
Yeah, that's a nice way to.
Da yalana bassak neyi kullanacaktık?
You were giving me a thorough going over. I was just starting to enjoy it.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
Bence şüpheli ya.
It's
Gözünü çok
obviously some
kaçırdı.
kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent.
Allah Allah.
And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he
Just
might have
give
had
him
something
one.
to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
Abi çok şey konuşuyor ya. O bir film yapımcısı. Olay müdahalesi. Belli size bana ve kocama bırak diyor. Ya bana ve kocama bıraktığına göre doğru diyemeyeceğimize göre.
I want to know what happened between you two that made him want to commit a double murder.
Bishop offered me a part in his picture. Then he withdrew it. Fact is, we had a deal. I pressed him on it, and this is where I end up.
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm going to be okay. These guys can take me home after my lawyer and I have talked to the news hounds.
Mrs. McAfee, you are still under the influence of narcotics, and you're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a heel. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
Hangi çocuk? Ha, kabul hastanesine gidelim bakalım.
I thought this was such a nice area.
Oy yine atladım be.
Please tell me what's going on.
KGPL to car 11K, 11 King. The car crash victim has regained consciousness at Central Receiving Hospital.
Sen sürsene ya, çok uzakta gibi.
You can drive.
Değil mi? Harita diyelim mi? Yaması çok da uzak değilmiş. Neyse Bekaoski sürsün.
Can you drive to this one?
İpuçları dediğimiz orada ne diyecektik ki? Reklam panosu sürülmüş, kurban uyuşturucu verilmiş, iş çamaşırı, anneden mektup, gözden düşmüş idol. Ya da idolün düşüşü. Doğru çevirmişiz. Oğlum burada bizim hemen yanımızda hastane mi varmış ya? Ben daha yeni fark ettim.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room right behind you, Detective.
Are you going to sign him out? You can't hold me here.
Hello, Doctor. I'm Detective Phelps. You're attending to the young lady from the auto accident?
Yes. She's conscious now, but I doubt she'll remember much. She's still
Bunun
feeling some
ağzını
of
niye
the
oynamıyor?
after effects.
Jessica was drugged?
She certainly was. Chloral hydrate would be my
Şimdi
guess,
oynamaya başladı.
and there's clear evidence of abuse. She's still a minor, Detective.
Someone planned a double murder to cover up a statutory rape? Swap 7 years for life and gets Guy McAfee on their case? Doesn't make much sense to me.
I guess it depends on what they had to lose. Feeling better since this morning, Jessica?
A little. My head still feels swimming.
Will I get out of here today? Yep.
Konuşalım bakalım seninle be.
My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Kızım daha 15 yaşındasın. Senin ne işin var böyle
Can you tell me
yerlerde?
what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Dün hiçbir şey olmadı.
You're holding out on me, Jessica.
Please, I want my doctor. I'm not sure I can answer any more questions right now.
Ama gözünü biraz kaçırdı gibi oldu ya.
You need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
Yalan değil mi ya? Bu annesinden mektup gelmişti. Bana demiş Jessica'nın eve dönmesini isteyen mektup yalan.
You're lying, Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, Detective, why would I lie to you?
Annenden mektup gelmişti kızım.
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
Tamam.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
Neymiş? Kurban uyuşturucu verilmiş. Anneden mektup. Hint bir taciz kanadı. Şimdilik. Bunu ne desem ki ya? Pardon arkadaşlar, bir durdurmak zorunda kaldım. En son ne demişti ya bu? İşte nasıl tanıştınız? O büyük bir film çekiyor. İyi de seni niye kullansın kızım?
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
Yani.
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Düşünmesi çok zor. Doğru.
Jessica, I really need you to help me here.
I remember the mermaid.
Was the mermaid in the movie too?
Benim de deniz kızı var.
No, it was on the front of a building. We pulled up in front of the mermaid.
Thank you, Jessica. You've been a big help. Here's my card. If you think of anything or you need some help, just get in touch, okay?
Okay.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till you felt
Bence
better,
de.
Jessica.
Kızım ne uğraşıyorsun böyle
I couldn't
şeylerle
do that,
ya?
officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
Arkadaşım bu da şey gibi ya. GTA 5'teki bizim
It's the tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go
nasıl bu?
willingly to
Uzak
slaughter.
kendinden kasaba.
Who the hell
doğru.
is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her.
Bence de.
There she goes. Come on.
Ya bu da bizim şeyde vardı ya, Tracy Descent'a. Şöhret ve skandallık gibi. Pardon, telefon çaldı.
Ballard is definitely up to something.
Böyle X'e basarak kameraya yaklaştırıyormuş.
She seems
Ya
to have
aslında
made
ben
a
bu
remarkably speedy
takip
recovery.
görevlerini çok sevmiyorum ama hani şimdi polisiz, takip görevi çok olması gerekiyor.
You've got a pretty funny idea of what keeping a low profile means,
Oo,
Phelps.
pardon.
Ah, that's it. We're spotted. Back off. Hey, back off. That ought to do it. Now get back in close.
Geldik.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
Abi ben gamepad'i çıkarttım ama ya dur. Ha. Çıkarttım, evet, tamam. Görünmeden kapıya gir.
I can't decide between the tuna fish and the chicken.
Tamam.
No, I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it. You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls.
Ablacığım.
I'm going to be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803.
Aşağıdaki ev daire 803'te kalıyor.
Sure, I got the film.
Kılık değiştirmek için basıyorum. Dur sen sür Beko.
You know the way. You can drive. Do we know where we're going?
Diyorum ya oğlum, sen biliyorsun diye.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh shit, you better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's wife in the first place. Or he'd done the job properly. McCaffrey will break a fella's legs just for looking at his broad the wrong way.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story? I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out. So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL cleared.
Roger, KGPL. 11K en route.
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL cleared.
Koş baba koş. LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. We received a call about a domestic disturbance in apartment 803.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
Koridorun en sonunda, tamam.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
Sola doğru değil mi? Tamam zaten. Solda 2 oda var.
LAPD, ma'am. Are you in danger?
I'm all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.
Mrs. Bishop. Gloria Bishop. Please,
Evet.
come in, officers. I'll just need to sit down for a moment. Forgive me.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am.
Just look at this mess.
We'll take a quick search of the premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
Tamam. Yüzlük bir şey olabilir mi? Bence de. Tarağın şurasına bakalım. Ne yok. Bazen en küçük detay bile şey yapabiliyor ya. $20.000
have to do
çek.
to earn $20,000? No good to me.
Evet, evet. Buraya giriş yok.
Presented to Mark.
Oğlum ne diyorsun? Allah'ım yarabbim ya. Burada bir $5 var. At cebe.
Doesn't look like anything. Great Wall of Babylon. A replica of a replica.
Kopyanın da kopyası. Kibrit. Bence bu işe yaramaz ya. Zaten öyle olsa elimize aldığımızda da müzik çalıyordu. Yok böyle önemli değil. Saat boş ver, önemli değil gibi.
Looks like we found our mermaid. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband,
Hocam
Mark,
Mark ve
and
Harlan
Marlon
Hopgood.
Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
Hanımefendi bir konuşalım sizinle.
Those men, I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your
Yani
husband
kendi
tried to
arkadaşına
kill
gece
her
öldürmeye
and her
çalıştığını
friend
ileri
last night.
sürdü.
I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
Uh-huh.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the same
Birkaç
picture.
sene şimdi öyle. Kocam burada o zaman tanışmıştı.
That's how I met my husband.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
Doğru gibi.
Either we find him or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him. But I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
$20.000 çek.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
Bildiğim kadarıyla hani yalan diyemeyiz şimdi ama şüpheli.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, Detective. Are you sure you really want to know? The truth is, my husband likes them young.
And you
Sen de
think
bunu
that's
biliyorsun
okay?
yani.
I was 16 when I first met him. I thought he was a genius, a magician with film. I was 20 before I realized he was just a B-movie hack. But he's nothing compared to some of the monsters at these big studios. My guess is Ballard sacrificed her little friend. Happens to a lot of girls.
Allah'ım
Your
ya.
husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
Hollywood'du ha. Telefonu bir kullanalım da.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment.
Bekliyorum.
Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thanks for your help.
Hadi gidelim.
An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, and a movie producer's wife.
Karısı,
Finally
ha.
rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act.
Hadi gidelim. Bekavski sen sürüyorsun.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
İş yapın.
So, where do you want to go?
Bir daha mı geleceğiz buraya?
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McCaffrey.
Yani. Eşyaları 10-27. Evet. Yürü bakalım.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ! I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
Benden buyur bakalım. Garip bir yermiş. İçin arka planı vesaire vesaire.
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me?
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Bence de.
Turn off the lights, Hopgood.
Why would I want to do that?
Humor him.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
Huh. Well, well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our perfect...
Burada ne varmış? Happas. Böyle yapsak ayarlayamadık.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and
15
abusing her
yaşındaki
in a
çocuk
screen
uyuşturucu
test.
vermek
What is
mi?
wrong with these people?
Abo. O tarafa giden bir şey mi yapıyoruz? Arka odaya. Bunlarla bir işimiz yok gibi. Biz gene bakalım. Aynısı değil mi?
This is where you sprang from.
Ha. Oo.
Jungle Drums, 8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
Devam ediyoruz, pardon.
So what happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test? I wonder if they saw this, how many budding starlets would still get on the bus to come to Hollywood.
Neler yapmış ya. Şerefsizler. Pardon. Şimdilik başlıyoruz.
You ever do any work for Mark Bishop?
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop is doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
Ha, kesin. Yalan.
I know you're lying, Hopgood. Bishop was here, and you know exactly what he was doing and what he left lying around afterwards.
You come in here without a warrant, and now you start throwing your weight around?
A 15-year-old girl told me how she was drugged and molested at a casting house. I found the chloral hydrate in your drinks cabinet. You give me something or I will break your fucking jaw, Hopgood.
Bishop was here with June Ballard and the girl. A lot of producers and directors use this place. I'm not responsible for what goes on here.
McAfee's men are looking for Bishop. We need to find him first. Any idea where he might have gone to ground?
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
Yalan gibi ya
You
bu
have
da.
something on him, and now you're going to rat him out to McAfee's goons.
And how do you figure that, brain boy?
Boş film kutusu mu desek?
I never liked Bishop. He always made
Yalan
out like he was
değilmiş.
better than everybody else. He was no better than any of the other big shot creeps who came in here.
What's the deal with you and June Ballard?
Look, buddy, I make props. I hardly ever meet the talent unless it's something tailor-made for them, like a sword or something.
Pardon. Şu boş film kutusuyla bir halt var da. Kesin bir şey var da. Vallahi bilemedim. Bence bu yalan ya. Hani şey yapmış olamaz.
You and Ballard are blackmailing Bishop. That's why he cracked.
You got nothing on me. My hands are clean on this.
Bu sefer mi? Boş film kutusu diyeceğiz.
Enough. I've been in your peep room, Hopgood. I've seen your smut pictures and the camera setup. You made a movie of Jessica. I found the canister.
The deal is I get to sell the movies to burlesque houses and private collectors. These movie guys love seeing their cocks on screen. But part of the arrangement is I never film their faces.
Oğlum
June
siz ne
had me
kadar
film
adi
Bishop,
bir insan
and then she kept the
olmuşsunuz
movie for
ya.
insurance.
Arkadaşım.
He went apeshit when he realized his face was front and center.
Who has the film now?
Who else? McAfee.
Ballard had what she wanted. Where does the money come into it?
What money?
Hangi para? Çek sanırım. Çeke bir dakika bir bakalım mı? Mark Bishop hesabından Lorna Hopkins için gönderilmiş.
You and Ballard are running a Badger game on Bishop. How many other people have you run it on?
I don't know what you're talking about. All these creeps want copies of their performances. They all have movie
yanlış
projectors and
Neyse.
screening rooms at home so
Gene
they can
ikisini
beat the
doğru
meat in
yap.
private.
That's all for now, Hopgood. We're taking you in.
Phelps. Roy Earl, Ad Vice. Hold on a moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers,
Yes.
Marlon?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you. You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm hearing.
I'll be making a full report to the captain, Detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you. Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here.
Hadi gidelim. Şerefsiz
Detective
herif ya.
Johnny Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice, do you, boys?
You could try the obstruction rap, but
Sanayidir oğlum. Artistik yapıyorsun.
we could beat that.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how the world works. Mrs. McAfee hits him up for a movie part, happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is going to get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop. Guy McAfee can be a very generous man.
I'm only going to warn you once, gentlemen. Stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb.
Oğlum sen kime aptallıyorsun?
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry.
Helal
You
lan be
stay away from
Kaski.
Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole? Now run along back to your boss so we can pat you on the head and tell you what good boys you are.
Helal olsun. Ya işte böyle.
I don't think they like your little pep talk, Bukowski.
Oh shit! Get us out of here.
Haydi. Mekaski. Keşke öyle konuşmasaydın ya. Yine.
They really don't want anybody getting to Bishop before they do.
Polise silah çekmek ha. Bu kadar aptal olacağınızı tahmin etmemiştim beyler. İndir.
Let's see him chase us now. On to the movie set, Phelps. Let's roll.
Hadi gidelim. Ulan oğlum. Manyak lan bu herifler.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
Arabayı sen sür hadi.
Oh, Christ. And they say working traffic is like watching paint dry.
You know how to piss people off, Bukowski.
Hey, if they're prepared to gun down cops in broad
That's
daylight,
what you're
McAfee really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch. I'm about done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
That's our job, unfortunately. They don't get to dole out the justice.
Evet. Jungle Drum City 5:30.
There's the slippery bastard now.
No. God damn it!
Mark Bishop, stop! LAPD! Get him, Phelps. I'll cover the exit.
Abi niye tüm koşturmaları biz yapıyoruz hep ya? Gene en azından bundan önceki ortak pek bir şey yapmıyordu. Bekowski yapıyor gene. Gel buraya. Oğlum yaşlı başlı adamsın, tıkanacaksın 2 dakika sonra, gel buraya işte.
We're trying to help you, Bishop. This is all a big mistake.
Oğlum nereye gidiyor lan bu manyak? Haydi. Koş koş koş koş koş koş. Lan. Bir daha kovalamaca olursa böyle adamların arkasına fazla yaklaşmayacağım ya. Bu 2 oldu. 3.'de komple uçacağız artık.
Bishop, that's enough. That girl made it all up.
Oğlum niye hep biz atladığımızda bunlar çökmeye başlıyor lan? Buradan mı acaba diyeceğim de. Ne oldu lan? Abi yapma ya. Neyse iyi Allah'tan çok uzaktan atmadı.
We're trying to help you, Bishop. This is all a big mistake. Get the hell out of here, you goddamn.
Ya oğlum yaklaşmayalım diye biz uğraşıyoruz. Benden oğlum işte, koşma artık, dur. Ya bizimki de silah çeksin vuralım işte ya. Ne koşturmaya uğraşıyor. Hop bak. Geçtik artık, tamam.
Hands in the air, Bishop. Move another inch and you're dead. Bishop, that's enough.
Oğlum ha.
Mark Bishop, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of June Ballard and the rape and attempted murder of Jessica Hamilton.
All right, I'll come quietly. Just don't kill me. If you found me, then McAfee's goons will too. Oh, we need to get out of here.
Abu.
All right, we can stay close. Any tricks, and I'll save McAfee's boys the trouble.
Follow me. I know another way out of this place.
Pek güvenemedim ama 2 saattir kaçıyordum.
Christ, detective, they're trying to kill me. Last chance to back the hell down. It's this way.
Ne varmış? Pompalama gerek yok ya.
Kill them for God's sake! I don't want to die.
Tamam mı?
There's no way out of here. I thought you said you knew where you were going.
We have to jump for it.
Tüfek var mı ya bizde? Şu tüfeklerden birini alalım. Dur bir.
LAPD, you're making a big mistake. Come on, it's this way. Is this really the best the captain's got?
Tamam. BKSK aşağıda.
Just got you there. There's a ladder leading to the
Şapkamı
ground.
alayım dur.
You have to get me out of here.
Nereden gitti lan o? Ha burada.
Kennedy.
Get him over here, I'll cover you! Come on, the cavalry's here!
Tamam süvariler geldiyse iyi.
For the love of God, how many are there? Those barrels at the base of the elephant column. They're full of gasoline. Shoot them, quickly! Weapons on the ground!
Birini yukarıda gösteriyor ama kim nerede yukarıda?
Follow me. We need to get him to the car.
Yürü lan. Beko dur Beko dur.
All down.
İndirdi kaçtı.
Stay in cover!
There's an army of them. We're done for.
Get into the car. I can cover you from here. You're almost there.
I should have known that big
Sıkın aslanlarım sıkın. Sıkın aslanlarım. Oğlum ne çatışma çıktı lan şerefsizler.
This is what I call a result. Mark
Ben
Bishop,
buna derim.
erstwhile film producer and all-around
Yani.
piece of shit, catches a fast ticket to Quentin for snatch, rape, and attempted murder. So he gets to spend the next 15 years playing sissy instead of sticking it to little girls. That is
Evet.
justice with a capital J, Detective Phelps. You've developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on, get your new assignment. It was good
İyi.
working with you, son.
Ama şimdi bizim ortak o atlamıyor mu rütbe? Masa. Abi kötü oldu ya. Ortağımıza da sonuçta bazı şeyler koşluyuz ya.
Phelps, Bukowski, this your work?
Can I help you, Detective?
Sorry, Cap. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you didn't. This is a traffic case. You need something?
I'm here to buy a drink for the 2 LAPD traffic cops who broke the back of Guy McAfee's private army. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Captain?
Go right ahead.
Get in.
Eyvallah
I'm
kaptan
buying.
ya. Arkamızı kolluyor kaptan. Aa bu yükleme ekranındaki yer. Blue Room Jazz Club.
You'll like this place. A lot of movie people hang out here. You like jazz, Cole? The hopheads love it.
Sure, I guess.
Big bands and swing I can understand, but this bebop palaver? How you supposed to dance to that? This is Phelps, Leroy. Be nice to him. You'll like this place.
Oğlum
They treat
yanımızda
you
Bekowski de var. Niye o yokmuş gibi davranıyorsun?
You like a table, Roy?
What do you think we want to do? Stand at the bar like
I'll
chumps?
get a table ready for you.
Don't look so happy to see me, Alphonse. I might get the wrong impression. Cole, this is Alphonse. He's a French Negro from Africa. Can you beat that?
The Congo.
A pleasure to meet you, Alphonse. Is Elsa singing tonight?
Yes, she is. She has the next set.
Come on, Cole. You can meet Elsa while they're fixing us a table. You'll like her. She's something else.
Maybe another night, Roy. She's pretty beat up about it.
Get your hands off me. Don't ever tell me what to do or what not to do, Alphonse.
Çok değişik bir adam
Nice
ya.
club here. Don't spoil it.
If you will follow me, detectives. Just through the door.
He was my
Sıkıntılı
only
ya.
real friend, Harlan. We went through it all. Do you realize what he meant to me?
Of course I do.
You have no idea. You said it was construction work.
It was an industrial accident, Elsa.
Bundan nasıl
How can I
savunursun?
be held responsible?
Elsa, are you going on?
Louis, for God's sake, he was my best friend. The only man who ever loved me without putting his hands on me.
Hi, Elsa. Here's someone I'd like you to meet. Cole Phelps, war hero and crime fighter extraordinaire.
And why would I want to meet another fascist from the LAPD?
Sorry about this, Cole. What an evening I'm having. First a Negro puts his hands on me and then this.
Bana kafa tutuyor şimdi ne?
Who do you think you're talking to,
Oha.
you German junkie whore? Don't you ever forget your place with me again. Do you hear me? Evening, Doc. How's business?
Sanguine. Louis, help me here. I'm gonna have to give her something before her performance.
Blow it off, Cole. These artsy-fartsy types always get a little flighty. Meet Dr. Harlan Fontaine, doctor to the stars. Mr. Fix-It to the mental
Kalpteki
wreckage of Hollywood.
kültürüne giden Mayanlı. Ha bunu gazetede görmüştük bir.
So what about that drink, boys?
Bekoski ayıp oldu ya. Adam Complete Cases on Traffic Desk. Bunların ipuçları 12'de 16. İyi. Gayet iyi. Seçkini de kapatmışız. Daire erken ondan sonra tamamdır. Başka videolarda görüşmek üzere millet. Kendinize iyi bakın. Bay bay.